Robert, are the rich different? Apparently, there's a study out that says all this stuff about, oh, if taxes go too high, that the rich stop working or won't work as hard. It's all a bunch of hoo-ha.
Right.
True or false?
It's all a bunch of hoo-ha. I mean, the issue is this. There's a body of research that shows that when you hike tax rates to a certain extent, the tax collections from the wealthy actually go down slightly as a percentage of their income. So this is called the Laffer curve, and people say, well, why is that? Do the wealthy actually work less and don't have incentive to earn more as their tax rate goes up? Or is it just they're managing their income? This study shows that, in fact, it's just they're managing their income. When they expect taxes to go up, they tend to sell capital gains. So as a result, you get a decrease in income the year that taxes go up. And this study particularly shows that when you look at the income of the wealthy and how many hours they work and how much income they actually earn separate from capital gains, there actually is no change when tax rates went up.
But this thing of hours that they work, I mean, that's kind of a hard element to isolate, and for a lot of, I mean, who's measuring how hard Warren Buffett is working?
Right.
I mean, whether Warren Buffett works or Henry Kravis, Henry Kravis is not going to work harder or less hard, although he may do something with his business that's different if taxes change, correct?
Well, they're looking at the income, right? And so if the income goes down, again, separating out capital gains, separating out income that you can manage, if the income goes down, that would suggest you're either working less or working less hours or whatever. And the fact is, income doesn't go down as tax rates go up.
Right. But these things, I mean, I'm just going to state they're really hard to measure. I think the studies that this person was looking at, this professor, went back a few decades. I mean, this stuff is always, and it depends totally on, the internet boom, the real estate bubble.
That's right.
I think they went back and they measured this from the 80s. I mean, it's very complex.
No, you're absolutely right. And it's tough to isolate one factor as the cause. I have the same problem with these studies that show that the wealthy are leaving a certain state because of high taxes. You can say, yes, taxes went up, and you can say X thousand people left who were millionaires, but maybe they left because there was better weather in Florida and they're retiring. I mean, you just never know the real cause.
Well, I tend to think that you have to look at the big picture, and I think the big picture, whether, stepping back, is that there's been net migration in the U.S., whether it's rich or not, from high tax states, which would be like New York and much of the Northeast, to the Southwest and Florida and Texas, which are lower tax states. I mean, that's that's the empirical fact that I would tend to look at.
Well, that is true, but we've yet to see a study that, again, like you say, gets to, unless you interview every single rich person and say, why did you do this? What percentage of your decision was taxes? We'll never really know.
Why can't you just agree with me? Why can't you just?
That's impossible.
Why can't you just agree?
Because that would be no fun.
Well, I believe taxes do matter. Will you say definitively, as editor of the Wealth Report, that high taxes do matter to wealthy people?
There's no empirical proof of that.
Very tough. Robert Frank.